Hello everyone, this is Yan Han from Alibaba Cloud, and thanks for tuning in to our webinar on real-time monitoring of COVID-19 with DataV. So it's been quite some time since our last Apsara Chat live webinar back in December last year, and lots of things have happened in the year of 2020, including the current coronavirus situation right now that everyone is battling right now here. So to all of you watching this webinar, please stay safe and also, take the necessary precautions in your everyday life. And currently, Singapore has 91 confirmed cases, but we have 58 cases that have been reported discharged. And with the ongoing, COVID-19 epidemic, some of the questions that we have are, how do we keep up with the numbers? Where did the cases originate from? And how are the cases related to one another? It seems like a very challenging feat to track, but it is possible with a data visualization tool like DataV. So in a span of 3 days, our team here at Alibaba Cloud managed to build a real-time monitoring dashboard using DataV, featuring, the geographic information, the relationships, the patterns, the trends of the current COVID-19 situation here in Singapore, all mapped out on a user-friendly interface. So you can see how data visualization is undoubtedly crucial in the field of data science today. And many may not have the specific concept of data visualization and are clueless on how to implement it. So in today's webinar, we'll walk you through the concept, the implementation process, the tools for data visualization. And also, last but not least, you guys get to learn how to build a real-time monitoring data dashboard to visualize the COVID-19 situation here in Singapore. So before I pass on my time to my next speaker, I would also like to remind everyone to, feel free to ask any questions if you like at our Q&A chat box on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll answer them after the webinar has ended. So I shall now pass on my time to Dr. Long, our solutions architect here at Alibaba Cloud, who will elaborate more on how we monitor the COVID-19 situation here in Singapore with DataV. Dr. Long, please. Okay. Long Yin, you can share already.
Okay. Thank you, Yan Han. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar session. My name is Long Yin, Solution Architect from Alibaba Cloud Singapore. Today, we will introduce real-time monitoring of COVID-19 dashboard. This is the COVID-19 dashboard for Singapore developed in DataV. This dashboard is showing the COVID-19 status in Singapore. The data source is from Ministry of Health, MOH, Singapore. The main area of this dashboard is a map of Singapore. The user can zoom in and zoom out and also move the map. The location of infected persons are displayed on the map. The red color are the imported cases. The orange color are the local transmitted cases. The blue lines and the blue bubbles are the areas visited by the infected person. One unique feature of this dashboard is the timeline at the bottom of the dashboard. With this timeline, the trending from the first infected case onwards is showing on the map. At the right-hand side, it is showing the latest status of Singapore region and the global region. This dashboard is created in a tool called DataV on Alibaba Cloud platform. DataV is a powerful and accessible data visualization tool featuring substantial geographic presentation capabilities and a user-friendly interface. DataV can be implemented in different scenarios. For example, number one, for presentation, showcase business performance data. Number two, monitoring, drive business growth with data. For example, real-time operation monitoring, early warning, and the rapid response support. Number 3, data-driven. Discover hidden data value. These are some general steps to create DataV dashboard. To create a DataV dashboard, the first step is requirement gathering and the layout design. The next step is data matrix definition and the data source connection. On Alibaba Cloud platform, we provide a service called data integration, which can build a connection between the source system and the Alibaba Big Data platform. The next step is data development. Alibaba provides big data warehousing and the big data development service. The name is DataWorks and Max Compute. After the data is prepared, the data can be stored in the structured relational database. For example, RDS, MySQL. For unstructured data like images, video, and audio, this data can be stored in OSS, Object Storage Service. The last step is visualization. Alibaba provides DataV as a tool to create visualization. In this demo, we assume all the data has been prepared and the ready data is stored in a CSV format. And for images, the data has been stored in .png format. The prepared data will be uploaded to Alibaba RDS and OSS for visualization. Next, we will provide a demo on how to create the COVID-19 dashboard in DataV, and this is the outline of the demo. I will hand over to Marcus from WhaleCloud to walk through the demo.
Okay, thank you, Longin. Hi, my name is Marcus, a software engineer from WhaleCloud Singapore. At WhaleCloud Singapore, we provide professional services such as business intelligence that helps our customer to understand the drivers of their business and offer direction when making complicated business decisions. Without further ado, let us begin with the demo. So we will be using RDS for MySQL for this demo. We will assume that all table definition has already been done and all data has been retrieved from reliable source. We will then quickly import data into the database. So we just import the data from a CSV file called Corona Full. So in this data, we are given the ID, which is the case number, the date infected, the date infected, which is the date of the person that comes in contact with the virus, age, which is the age of the patient, the gender, the origin, his or her nationality, where the patient has stayed in Singapore, where the patient has visited in Singapore, the source, which is imported virus from overseas or infected here in Singapore. We will call this CSV the full data which was uploaded just now. This data will be split into visited and stayed for each case ID for easy data manipulation for the demo. There is also another data set for current cases for the entire population of the world, which consists of confirmed cases, reported death, and location. Another data set will be the current situation of Singapore in having the confirmed cases, reported death, and the number of discharged patients. Now we'll move on to DataV. We'll first log into the console, Alibaba console. It's easy to find the DataV product. We just have to search the keywords for DataV, and there is DataV right there. This is how the DataV project console looks like. So first we have to add a data source because previously we added a new data source. So we just add a data source from here. So we just add the type is RDS for MySQL intranet, and the region will be set to China Hangzhou because that was the region that is set up in the RDS. The name could be anything, maybe like coronavirus. The domain name, I just input everything quickly. The username is demo. Port number is 3306 and we obtain a database. We use MCCM because that is where we store our data. Connection test was successful, and after that we'll create a new project. So this is the readily available templates that you can kick off your own DataV project. For this demo, we'll be creating an empty project file. We just call this Corona demo. So this is the canvas you will see when you're creating a dashboard. So first we will start with a border, which can be found in materials, which is over here. We set the size to a full screen and position at 0 at 0. There are many ready available borders to choose from in DataV. For this case, we will choose box 14 in the style as it has the box for a header title and another box for the widgets. This will make the dashboard looks clean for the end user. Next up will be the headers, the title headers over here. The title, we are going to place a header as a name, the name of the dashboard. For this demo, I will call this dashboard COVID dashboard. Drag this up and put to any position that you would like. Just change this value to COVID dashboard. And we just, using the configuration, we just set the font size to a larger font size and maybe a font weight to bolder. So that will determine this is our header. Next, the timeline that we can find in the interact section. Okay. We will include this timeline to simulate the infected areas in Singapore. This is also used for widget interaction with other widgets where we could use the callback ID later on. We will set some settings for it. So the global style will set to 30, padding 30, and the date format will be setting to year, month, and date. And also we'll be setting a DML using a database from a database that we just now created called coronavirus. So this DML, we are retrieving the date and its value. There you have it, a date and a value over here. And this is the name and the value. Next up, we will be creating a map. The map can be found in the map section, but however, I put this under favorite since maps are the most of the time I'll be using it. So I could easily navigate and use this widget. I will be demoing on a base map layer, a flying line layer, and a flowing bubble layer. These are all the components of a map widget that I'll be using to demo. So first will be the basic map layer. So this map layer is a Singapore, straightaway for Singapore map, because I already set the latitude and longitude in this section over here. So 103.82 and 1.3 is the area in Singapore. So this map layer, we can set a different kind of tiles, which is this, for instance, this comes from OpenStreetMap. So I'll just include a refresh interval, and that is it for the base map layer. Next will be the flying line layer, which can be found in the components also. So we just create we will create a DML to retrieve the longitude and latitude of the to and from, and concatenate them for each. Also, we will demo using a callback and without a callback value. So first we will demo without a callback value first, so we can see the data. Okay, so we do a preview. As you can see from here, there's no callback value, so it doesn't match this timeline, and it's going very fast. So we'll do some setting from it. So we make the flight speed to maybe like slowing down to maybe 1, and steps at 30. Since the bubble radius is quite large, we set it to maybe 10, and the bubble speed to 0.1 to make it very slow. Again, we add a callback value this time, which is this. Just add a where clause where data equals to the value. This is the callback ID from the timeline. Okay. So in the preview section, notice that the timeline will match the callback ID. So every time it moves one time, it will just change to a different flying line layers. So to the to and from latitude. Okay, moving on. We'll create a component called the flowing bubble layer. We'll set the configurations first. So icon offset at 20. Icon offset at 20 over here. And content X offset at 0 and 0. Okay. Also, we include the DML for it also. This is for the local transmitted virus infection. This will follow suit of the timeline. It's around February. Let's just wait for February. A few more, maybe 3 more. Okay, there you have it. There's one icon over here, the case 15. However, there's a width that is too large and the color is incorrect, so we have to change it. So for the background color, we see is pink. We change it to orange, and the content width, we set it to 10 to make the content look smaller. I mean, the box looks smaller. So we will just copy another layer from it. And we can rename this as orange and this as red. Settings will be the same, just that you have to change some stuff. Maybe the icon picture, we can change it to red over here. It will directly upload it to the OSS, or you can just include this into a link if you have other places uploaded your assets. And we also change the color to red. Also, we have to change the logic, the DML, for overseas transmitted. And we will now test it out. There you have it, one over here. So red infected, overseas infected. All right, moving on to, we have to create a list carousel, which can be found in the text section. The list carousel will display the world situation of the number of cases, report deaths, and its corresponding countries. Just put it to any position that we like. Maybe like this. We change the header color first. Header color to maybe a transparent color. The row color, row options in the odd and even rows. To maybe the first odd color will be 50% transparent and 20% transparency for even background colors. In the number of column, we want to remove these numbers over here, so we change the width to 5 first, the radius to maybe 0, and because to remove the font, the ID number, we just make the font size to 0, so we can't see any ID over here. Next, we add the series, the custom columns. So because we have 3 columns, which is total case, reported death, and country. So we just make it the same case over here, name in data, case, total case as the display name, total cases will be 30, column 2, deaths, and reported death as the display name and with 30, column 3, country, display name will be country, and the column width will be 30. Lastly, we just need to include the DML, and all the data should display on the list. Select data source, coronavirus. There you have it, the total case, report deaths, and countries. Okay, moving on, we'll be doing a rounded column chart. We can find this rounded column chart in the chart section. This will be a chart to show the number of infected and imported cases in each day to maybe show a trend. The rounded column should be this. Yes, this is the rounded column chart. We will shift this to maybe over here to any position that we will like. Okay, so shift a bit up. Okay, so we'll first show the legend of the chart by clicking this little eye over here, show. And after that, we go move on to axis. In the x-axis, we will change the font size to 8, and its axis showing to be slanted. And in the y-axis, we will change the spacing to 50. In the series column, we only need 2 series, so we remove the third series over here, and we name this imported and infected. The color of the imported will be this color, which is I think almost the same, and maybe a lighter blue color. And the next step, we will add in a DML for it as well. Okay, and we will do a preview for this. Okay, so far, maps, list carousel, rounded column charts, and timeline is done. So what is left is a group widgets and a ticker board. So in this section, we will create a group of widgets such as a date time, a label, namely Singapore, 3 ticker boards, which consist of confirmed cases, reported deaths, and discharge, another label which shows DOSCON level with an orange background, and a label. So first, we will include a time for it, which can be found in the text section. Just make this bigger. You want to remove the icon and make the timer become a 12-hour clock instead of a 24-hour clock. And remove the seconds, milliseconds. And that's the time. Next, we will add a border for it for the remaining widgets. So this border allows me to maybe describe the size that we want to put our widgets. So this is the play area that we can put our widgets so we don't mess up with the list columns, list carousel. So first we will add a label to it. Label. We name this as Singapore. Next, we will add a ticker board, which can be found also in the text section. This. Because all the confirmed case, reported deaths, and discharge will be almost similar, so we just change the title to center. The ticker board prefix, remove the prefix and align this to the center. And basically that is it. So we just add the DML for it. Coronavirus. Then we just put this as a confirmed case. So one ticker board is done. We just need to copy 2 more. Just place side by side to it. All we have to do is to change the ticker board's DML. Reported deaths for this. And discharge. And just make it look nice over here. Okay, so we have the confirmed case, reported death, and discharge. So what is left is to change the color of the title. Sorry, it's not the title, it's the ticker board. So we just change the number of the color of the ticker board. Confirmed cases, I will change it to orange. You can change it to any color that you like. Font colors. So there will be orange. Reported death, I want to change it to red. And discharge, I would like to change it to a green color. Next, we add in 2 labels to it, so which is DOSCON level and orange. So we just need to change this thing to DOSCON level. And add in another title called orange. We're also gonna add in a background color because it might look nice. Just place it over here and change the background color to an orange color. Let's shift this up, and yeah. So this is the group widgets with the ticker box together, and we'll do a preview first. Okay, so everything is here right now. The title, the map, the timeline, the list carousel, the column charts, the group widgets with all the 3 ticker box of Singapore, confirm case, reported death, discharge, and DOSCON level orange. And last, because we are done, we are going to publish this link. It's a simple one-click publish and release to a big screen. And you get the project URL. And you can share it to all your friends or family members to see this dashboard or your businesses. Okay, so that is it. This is easy. So this will be the end of the demo in building this dashboard. I'll hand it over to Yan Han.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you, Dr. Long and Marcus, for this really insightful presentation. Let me just go back again. I think it's really amazing and impressive for the team at Alibaba Cloud and also WhaleCloud to have built this visualization dashboard from scratch on DataV in just a span of 3 days. With that, I would like to thank everyone once again for tuning into our Apsara Chat live webinar. This webinar is actually part of our DataV webinar series, where in the next sequel, we'll be exploring how data visualization can be utilized in the retail scene and retail businesses, and that will be coming up very soon. So stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll see all of you guys soon for the next webinar. Thank you. Bye-bye.